All right, let's call to order Safety and Public Works, Brainerd City Council. It's Monday, November 4th, 2024 at 7:15 in council chambers. We have 7 items tonight on SPW. First item is adopting resolutions. And welcome to the meeting of acronyms. This one is about the IIJA Technical Assistance Grant Agreement and Support NSBP Grant Application. This is Public Works Director Jesse Dean. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So staff received notice that we were awarded the funding from MnDOT for the nearly $10,000 in IIJA Technical Assistance Grant dollars to allow for SRF to prepare the National Scenic Byway Grant application on behalf of the city. So attached is the grant agreement and the resolution that agrees to the terms of the grant. In addition, staff has also attached a resolution that supports the NSBP grant application that SRF will include with the grant application. So staff is recommending adoption of this resolution as well.
Thank you. So we have 2 resolutions. Looking for 2 different motions. Unless you guys have discussion before.
I would move to approve the item 1 and as far as the grant application and the resolution.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, go to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
I move that we recommend adoption. That'd be number 2.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, go to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 2, we have authorization of an application for the Carbon Reduction Program Grant for the Trunk Highway 210 Lum Park Pedestrian Bridge Project. Again, Public Works Director Jesse Dean.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So staff is recommending authorization to apply for the Carbon Reduction Program Grant for the Highway 210 Lum Park Pedestrian Bridge Project. So as a reminder, this is the same grant program that awarded the project just over $1.3 million earlier this year. Based on the amount available, staff is recommending applying for $1 million in additional grant dollars for the CRP grant and can answer questions that the council may have.
Would this be $1 million in addition to the 1.3 we've already had allocated?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, go to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 3, we have authorization of an application for the Surface Transportation Block Grant Program for Oak Street Reconstruction Project. Again, Public Works Director Jesse Dean.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So staff is recommending another grant application. So this one is for the Surface Transportation Block Grant Program. This is a competitive grant with the other counties and cities within this region. As the funding is for year 2029, staff is recommending applying for this program for the Oak Street Reconstruction Project. The project is for Oak Street between 16th Street and Highway 18 and is currently programmed in the CIP for 2029 as it is already showing wear and tear. It will likely also see some additional wearing during the 2 years of Highway 210's reconstruction due to detouring as folks reroute around town. So staff is recommending applying for $1.25 million for the STB-GP grant program for the Oak Street Reconstruction program.
Thank you. How much of the project would this, by percentage roughly, would it cover?
Probably about 1/3 of the street costs.
Okay, thank you.
I move to authorize staff to apply for the STBGP.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, go to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have a discussion on Lowell Safe Routes to School Project Construction Detour. Again, Public Works Director Jesse Dean.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So as we are preparing to begin design plans, staff would like to receive direction from the council on construction traffic routing during the Safe Routes project by Lowell. During Harrison's Safe Routes project, we elected to sign a detour route due to the amount of traffic that normally travels Oak Street and to be able to accommodate the flow through temporary adjustments to traffic control. However, H Street is significantly lower volume than Oak Street. So in addition, there's going to be some challenges to the adjustments to the traffic control around H Street. Detouring to the south is going to create some confusion and frustration with the one-way on G Street by Lowell. Detouring to the north is likely going to recommend quite a bit of changes to traffic control for flow. So after reviewing this, staff would recommend that no assigned detour be planned for the Safe Routes to School project and request direction from the council.
Thank you.
Question.
Yeah, Mr. Chesak.
So if we block off H, is it going to cut off access to Fourth Avenue and Third Avenue on either side of Lowell? Say if you're on H, you want to go south, going either direction? Or will they be able to still access Third and Fourth?
They would have to access it from a different direction. So they'd have to come in from the south or the north, depending on where you're going.
Okay, so the answer is no, they won't be able to access Third or Fourth Avenue if they're on H and want to turn south.
Correct. Yep. That would be within the project area.
Yeah, I think traffic is going to be just as fun as it usually is when we do projects like these, but it'll be safer when we're finished. Just got to get through that part. So staff is asking us to basically not set up a detour. Do we have a motion?
I would move that we'd have no detour for the Lowell Safe Routes to School project.
Second.
Staff
We have a
recommendation.
motion and a second. Any more discussion on it? Hearing none, go to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 5, we have Bolton and Mink amendment request for the Laurel Street Bridge Repair Project. Again, Public Works Director Jesse Dean.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So attached is an amendment request from Bolton and Mink to complete the remaining completion items on the Laurel Street Bridge Repair Project. So there were some final issues that came up that are requiring more hours than originally intended. Thus, Bolton and Mink is requesting an amendment for an additional $1950. The original contract was just over $40,000. Costs for the engineering on this project are stated eligible. Staff is recommending approval of the amendment request for Bolton and Mink in the amount of $1,950.
Thank you. Is this project completely finished?
Yes, sir. They were waiting on some of the restorative items with some turf grass on the bottom. I believe that stuff has come through now.
Thank you. Got a motion?
I would so move to approve the change order.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, go to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have engineering services proposal awarding for the Hawkins Ronald Joseph resurfacing project. Again, Public Works Director Jesse Dean.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So staff sent out a request for engineering services for the Hawkins, Ronald, and Joseph Street resurfacing project, including design and construction engineering. We did receive 3 proposals from Bolton & Mink, Moore Engineering, and SEH. Those proposals are attached. Staff performed a review of the proposals, and a summary of that review and total costs are included in the agenda item. As mentioned in the item, staff has some reservations on the number of hours that Moore Engineering has included in their proposal, which may prove challenging. This may be a potential for a higher risk of an amendment comparatively as the assumptions are less clear. As with all professional services contract, we are billed on an hourly basis for the services needed. Moore Engineering is the lowest cost proposal at $80,000, which is significantly lower than the other 2 proposers. With having reviewed and considered all the factors, staff is recommending award of the engineering services contract to Moore Engineering in the amount of $80,000 and can answer questions from the council.
Thank you.
Remind me, how's the name Moore spelled?
Moore.
Okay, I always get a little hesitant when their name is Moore.
Oh, I see where you're going with that.
Oh, clever, huh?
Oh, so I don't have the packet open in front of me. I'm having trouble opening it on the computer here, but the hours that are estimated from Bolton and Mink and SEH compared to Moore, how much of a difference was it?
Pretty significant, 2 to 3 times more.
Okay, so $100,000 would be a lot to make up in those hours, though.
Yes,
Correct.
sir.
Okay. That's all I have.
I will move that we go forward with staff's recommendation.
Second,
Motion and a second. Any more discussion?
yes.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I think there's a little hesitancy here by staff and myself included. I'll speak for myself, but it's always kind of alarming when we see a proposal come in that's significantly lower than 2 others. I mean, it's roughly half. So hours we get billed for, and We'll know long in advance if they're gonna start wanting more money though, right, before they, would that be correct?
Yes, sir. We're going to be tied very closely with them during the contract.
All right, that's all I got.
Thank you. Any more discussion? Hearing none, go to a vote. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Item number 7, we just have a discussion item on the Trunk Highway 371B and Willow Street comparison of costs. Public Works Director Jesse Dean, go ahead.
So thank you, Mr. Chair. Just follow-up informational item for the council. So staff prepared a breakdown of a comparison of the 2025 estimated cost for the roundabout project at 6th Street and Willow and what it may have been in 2018. This was significantly challenging as making a relevant comparison meant that we are using bid prices in the 2018 project with no consideration of how inclusion of the roundabout would have affected those prices. As mentioned, economies of scale are different between the two projects, 2025 and 2018. But again, including this work in the 2018 project may have further affected pricing in ways that we cannot say with certainty. There are also different bid items and standards that have changed since 2018, which makes an apples-to-apples comparison a little bit difficult. But that said, staff put together its best effort to make this comparison, although I would caution that it should be seen as a reference only and based on a number of assumptions.
Sean, could you pull up the chart just so it's on there for public record? Thank you.
What was your estimated difference again?
Roughly $70,000.
Well, the total in 2025 is 1.124 million. The total in 2018 is 443,000 estimated. But we have a HSIP grant of $750,000 this go around, so that
Right.
brings it down to
Okay.
374,000.
And add $1 for every complaint since then, we have a pretty significant number.
You don't get dollars for complaints.
No.
All right, any more discussion or questions for staff?
Only just, I want to say that I appreciate that it's hard to do an apples to apples comparison on something like this, or impossible. But I appreciate having some idea.
Thank you, Jesse. We can adjourn to the council meeting.